Hi again, you beautiful people of the algorithm. So as you'll know, this channel is called Challenge Jackson, but it's been a while since I've done an actual challenge, so I thought, why not throw myself back into it by coming to a volcanic island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and emotionally undressing myself. Because if you're going to confront your ego, you might as well come to a place where it looks like it could explode at any moment. Apologies if the waves are a bit loud. Nature doesn't care about YouTube videos, unfortunately. So what is a spiritual Ironman? A spiritual Ironman is something that my good friend Jazz Martin came up with. There's his channel, go check it out. And it's basically, it can mean different things to different people, but for me it was a case of abstaining from any sex, no masturbation, so no fap, no sex, no drugs, which included alcohol, no form of pursuing ambition, so no trying to chase status or power or materialism, anything like that. It's basically, essentially living like a monk. And normally in a normal Ironman contest, you have 17 hours to complete it. But I thought with this challenge, let's do it for 17 days. So if you cut off substances and sex and ambition, surprisingly, peace does not come like walking in through the door straight away. In fact, there's a little bit more noise. And this is because the mind becomes a kind of dodgy negotiator, saying things like, well, what about if I just flirt? I don't have to have sex, I could just flirt. Or what if I'm productive but I don't get paid? Maybe that's okay. Does that still count? This is because the ego is always looking for ways to convince you rather than actually force you. But mindfulness and meditation is the antidote, because once you actually get still, it's kind of like meeting somebody that you've ghosted for years, and that somebody is your own body. So here's the thing about sex. Without an outlet, that desire, it doesn't really go away. It's a bit like there's a block where it just kind of builds up. It's like a bit like electricity with nowhere to go. And I think for a lot of guys, they have this need for sex, but actually when you look at it more deeply and when you start doing a challenge like this, you realize that I think for a lot of guys, it's not that they need the sex for pleasure. It's almost like they need the sex to feel necessary, to feel wanted. And I think if any of you guys watching this were to try this challenge, you might start to have the same kind of realizations. Alright, now another realization is that ambition, it's kind of a bit like putting on armor. People put this on so that they feel like they matter. Similar to the sex in some ways. And a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people are picking up the phone and they're looking and they're scrolling, and it's to see who's winning, who's falling behind, who's getting ahead. But once you've removed the pursuit of status and power, there's no longer this kind of scoreboard. It's replaced by a deeper immersion in life itself. Rather than always looking ahead, you're here in the now, and you're seeing the beauty all around you, and you're realizing this is what life actually is. I think a lot of people lose sight of that because we're so conditioned to work hard. So by day 11, you really start to notice some physiological changes. Like you just feel more relaxed, your shoulders are more relaxed, you breathe deeper, you don't have as many stupid thoughts rattling around in your head. In fact, the thoughts that do come in are usually more useful. And I think for the first time, you actually start to have a relationship that's not leveraged, and that relationship is with yourself. Alright, by this stage, even the most mundane of activities starts to stir your soul. Even just sitting in the sunshine begins to feel profound, like you've stumbled into a quiet truth you didn't know you were missing. It occurred to me at this moment that the meaning of enlightenment might simply be the absence of urgency. I'd say by the end of it, I didn't feel transformed, but I did feel deconditioned. And although the urges came back and the future reappeared, something felt different. I think underneath all our pursuits, there's just a simple request to stay present in the moment and remind ourselves the world doesn't need conquering.